morning, everyone. Amy here from Temple of She. It's been a little while since I have jumped in here and done a live for you, but this morning I wanted to come on and talk about a very interesting and important topic, and also a topic that I get a lot of questions about. So I'm doing this live because in particular I've had quite a few people contact me and say, what's the difference between these? What does this mean? What does that mean? Why do you call what you do yoni massage as opposed to yoni mapping? And just wanting to know. So I thought, let's do a live, address it all, and get some clarity around what these things actually are. So what I teach and what I do is yoni massage. I teach women to be practitioners of yoni massage. Now, under that umbrella comes various techniques, and there's three main techniques that I teach women to use as a practitioner, and that I do for women who come to me seeking yoni massage. Now, they are yoni massage, yoni mapping, and de-armoring. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what each of those actually are, what's the difference between them, and why it's important to know and understand those both as a practitioner and as a client, and what you might be seeking. So, yoni massage. Yoni massage is a technique that you basically massage the ligaments, the muscles of the vaginal canal, of that whole entire area. It is a network of muscles and ligaments that gets knots in it, that has all different issues that need physical touch and massage. Now, why massage is really good is because it brings oxygenation to the tissue, fresh blood flow. Fresh blood flow into tissue helps regeneration, helps feeling, helps repair nerve damage, helps all kinds of things that tend to happen in that area for women through trauma, physical trauma, surgery, scar tissue, emotional trauma, energetic blockages. It tends to cut off a lot of sensation to the area. So massage brings fresh oxygenated blood, which regenerates the tissue. So yoni massage. Yoni massage can also include various strokes, which have all kinds of different sensations. So you can have pleasure strokes, you can have kind of just those beautiful feel-good nurturing strokes, you can have light touch, feather, oxytocin touch strokes. So all different kinds of things, they create lots of different sensations. So that's all of what massage in itself is about, yoni massage is about. Now we also then have yoni mapping. Now yoni mapping is exactly that. When you map out something, you plot the aspects, the marks, or the places that you need to know about on that map. Yoni mapping is exactly that. You map out the woman's anatomy. Now, often this is done because the woman wants to know and understand more about her body, how it works, how it feels. I know nothing about my body, teach me, all kinds of things. So yoni mapping is where you literally walk the woman through each part of her anatomy. This is your labia, this is how it feels when they're touched, this is how the clitoris feels when we touch it this way, this is the G-spot, this is the A-spot, this is the Skene's gland, this is the cervix, this is how the cervix feels when it's being touched and stroked, this is your P-spot, so on and so forth. So it's really mapping out her anatomy with her. It's a really, really great educational tool for women to get to know their bodies better, which is one of the main things is what yoni massage can be for women, just to get to know their bodies better. How does it like to be touched? Do you like your G-spot touched this way or that way? Does it like a deeper stroke or a lighter stroke or a faster stroke? Really getting to know the anatomy. So that's what mapping is great for. De-armoring. De-armoring is a very specific tool. Now, de-armoring is essentially deep tissue massage for the vaginal muscles and ligaments. Now, de-armoring, if you think about armor, is when you have a coat of armor around something, protection. De-armoring is breaking down that protection, breaking down that armor, breaking up that kind of wall, if you like, that has been put up to protect the vulnerable behind. So de-armoring is often created or needed when emotional, energetic blockages, trauma, baggage, story has created a lump or an area of numbness or an area of pain in the vaginal area somewhere. So getting in there with deep tissue, strong massage technique can help to break through that pain. It again, massage regenerates tissue, remember. So going in a deep tissue way can do that on a large scale. De-armoring can be extremely painful, extremely uncomfortable. And it's not a tool that I encourage my practitioners to use a lot. It's a tool that they have in their back pocket to use occasionally if needed. Why? We do not have to suffer in order to awaken. You do not have to cause pain and release through tears and screams and agony to get to the other side of whatever that is. Release can come through pleasure. Tears can come through pleasure. Healing can come through pleasure. So de-armoring is not always necessary to really get into those deep, deep, deep held beliefs, stories, traumas, everything that we hold in our vaginal area, in our sacred cave. Yes, sometimes it is absolutely fucking necessary, and that's why I include it as a tool to teach my practitioners, because sometimes you just got to go there. So de-armoring is quite an intense process, and it can be pretty fucking painful. So what I teach is yoni massage, and that incorporates all three of those. So if you come to me as a practitioner, or if you come to me as a student to become a practitioner, those are the three basic overall techniques that are included to create what I call yoni massage. So it includes yoni massage, yoni mapping, and de-armoring. All three techniques. Now, a practitioner might use all three in a session. They might use one in a session, or a combination, all different sorts. It just depends on the client, what she needs, what you need in that session from your practitioner. So if you're thinking about having a yoni massage, it's kind of good to understand what they are, so you can have that conversation with your practitioner. Do you know about these? Do you use these? How do you use these? What would you use with this, which is my issue or problem or the reason that I'm here? So I hope that gives you some understanding as to what the difference between yoni massage, yoni mapping, and de-armoring is. They are three very different techniques, each very important and very powerful in its own right, all have very different purposes. But I think the most important thing to remember is that healing, releasing, awakening does not have to be done through suffering, through pain, through tears, through more trauma, through agony. It can be done through pleasure and orgasm and tears of joy and release and just feeling good. That is because the reason being is that is of a higher vibration than of the suffering and that lower vibration. So of course it can shift fucking mountains with pleasure and feeling good and tears of joy. And I experienced that firsthand in one of the most powerful yoni massages I had a couple of years ago now, where I was deep in a lot of grief and pain, emotional pain, and I had this massage and I had the most incredible release that I've ever had in my life. I squirted for the first time, and with that ejaculation, with that release, just came floods and floods of tears and release and letting go and understanding and shifting and awakening to a new level. And that all happened through absolute pleasure and reaching new heights of my pleasure. So I hope that that all makes sense. If not, feel free to pop some questions in the comments, let me know, ask more questions. I'm more than happy to come in here and do videos and answer the queries and questions that you have. There is never anything too much. There is never anything too embarrassing, too silly, too stupid, ever. So that is the difference between yoni mapping, yoni massage, and de-armoring. So much love to you all. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Bye.